probably guess what this video is about just by reading the title or looking at the thumbnail, but this video is about the Amazing Digital Circus Last Act, also known as How Much I Fucking Hate Jax, because I fucking hate Jax. Before we start, I know I speak funny. Do not point this out in the comments. I'm sick of it. I know I have a speech impediment. You do not need to point this out. Anyway, I have been a fan of the Amazing Digital Circus since the pilot came out in 2023, and ever since then I have thought the show would be promising. When I first saw the pilot, I thought, wow, this is like a really cool concept. It has circus themes, it has themes about memories, it has themes about digital stuff and like old technology. This seems really cool. It has themes, just all this theming. It looks so interesting. And the concept of abstraction just seems so cool. I wonder what's going to be next. And the rest of the episode seemed fine until we got to the last couple. The amount of Jax screen time in these episodes is diabolical. I am being serious. In the last episode, 39 minutes of Jax out of the 50 minutes there was. 39 minutes of this fucking purple rabbit. I am dead ass. I think we can all agree that Jax did not need this much screen time in the slightest. I think we can all agree that this dragged on an unbelievable amount, because it did. I absolutely hate how a character like Jax gets so much screen time, but then characters like Gangle, Zooble, Kinger, all of those guys get nothing. Also the fact that they just introduced Ribbit like one episode, two maybe. We didn't have enough time to understand these characters deeply, especially about how Jax hogs the screen time. At this point, just rename to Jax and Victims, because that's what it is. It is all Jax. It is all of this fucking purple rabbit. All of it. It's like, there is more Jax than Pomni. And Pomni is the supposed main character. It's that bad. And some of you might be like, but oh, Avery, Jax was a main character too. And yes, that can be true. But the thing is, Jax is a badly written character. I would be okay-ish with it if Jax was a good written character. Like, I'd be fine with all the Jax screen time if he was an okay written character, like if he had good writing. But she does not have good writing. Jax does not have good writing. Jax is written so badly, she is written so badly, that people are saying, and I agree, it makes more sense if she was transmax than transfem. Because it does. The transfem shit came out of nowhere. I am being genuinely serious when I say I could not have predicted Jax would be transfem in 10 million years until episode 8 and 9. There was no build-up. There was nothing. There are so many unanswered questions as well, like Kinger just all of a sudden remembers now? King just remembers? Kane was alive the whole time? Kane can access the internet? What? Like, and the fact that Gooseworks also stated that the ending was going to be unique. I'm pretty sure she stated that somewhere, I don't remember where. The fact was, it was the most popular fan theory to come out of the show. This shit was being predicted from day one. And also the fact that there was a tweet being like, oh, all the voice actors cried after writing episode 9. No, the fuck they didn't. And they would not have cried from this. Only reason they would cry from this is how bad they are, and I bet they would cry from this from how bad it was and how they regret voice acting it. Jesus, this is so bad. Like, this is an insane amount of bad. I've been a fan of Glitch for like ages. I've loved SMG4, I've loved Meta Runner, I've loved Sunset Paradise, I love all their shows coming up to this. I've loved Murder Drones, but then this show has just missed the mark. I get Gooseworks had to write this fast, but was there no revision? I get that they didn't have the time, and Gooseworks only made this concept in a week or two, but why even do it then? Why even go with this? You can't just make a concept in 2 weeks and expect it to come out good. Oh my god. It's so bad. The Amazing Digital Circus is such a bad show. And like, as much as I love the show, I really do, this show has been one of my comfort shows for a while, and I've enjoyed it ever since like the pilot. It's just a badly written show. There is no build up. You don't get to see any characters building their relationships except like Jax and Pomni. You get to see none of that. Like, you just nothing. And there was room to have an episode dedicated to every character. There's room to have an episode dedicated to Jax, an episode dedicated to Pomni, an episode dedicated to Gangle, an episode dedicated to Subal, etc., etc. But no, it's just Jax and victims. Like, I really, really hate how this show went because it had such a good concept that I love so much, and it just went to shit so fast. I know damn well I'm probably rambling and probably talking on and on and on, but it's seriously that bad. I'm just questioning so much that will never get answered because it's not like they're going to come out with a season 2 of this because they don't come out just and do season 2s. Because you won't do a season 2, especially on a thing that's only 9 episodes. But like, this was such a turn for the indie animation scene. Like, having something like the Amazing Circus, an indie animated project, get so big was like such a shock and like so good. But just for the show that got this big to turn out so shit, just brings this whole scene down. I think like. I feel like the Amazing Circus being so bad just brings down the whole indie animation scene by being as bad as it is. Like, there are some amazing indie animations out there that I adore, but this is so bad. It's so bad. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It is so bad. I can't. It's so bad. And like, barely anything is explained. It's I want more explanations for so much, but like, Goosebox is confirming things on her Tumblr. Your show is not well written if you need to go on Tumblr to confirm things about the show and kind of show it in the show itself. Like, I can't with this show. It's oh my god. I can't with it. I'm speechless from how bad this was. I was going into this expecting so much and came out so disappointed. My standards were so high just for them to be hit like this. Like, I'm so happy I didn't pay for a ticket because of how bad this was. I'm so disappointed. Jax's bits genuinely had One Piece pacing. I'm being so serious. I'm just I don't understand how you can fuck up your show this badly. I don't understand. Like, ending the show with the most popular fan theory is already bad enough, but making over half of the episode about one character and their arc, that like Jax would have been a fine character if we got her fleshed out more, but everything was so cramped into one episode. There was nothing. There was so much to explain yet nothing at the same time because there's so many loose things that I want answered that I can't get answered. So many, and I'm never going to get them answered. I'm mourning what this show could have been at this point. I'm like genuinely mourning what this show would have had if it just had a bit more better writing, a bit more time. This show should have been something amazing, but we just didn't have the time or the good enough writing. Another opinion: Jax shouldn't have been a self-insert. Jax should not have been a self-insert. Because when you add self-insert in the story, it can work. It has worked for some people. But not something like this, especially with how much you obviously inserted yourself into her. Like, I can respect Jax being trans femme and everything, obviously, but like, it came out of nowhere. It only came here because it was your self-insert. Like, this is the only reason that Jax is trans, in my opinion, is because she is Gooseworks self-insert. Which is fine. It's fine to have a character be trans. I'm trans myself, so like, I don't care. But like, Jesus. Like, I feel like a lot of the fan stuff would have just like worked so much better. Like, all the fan comics and stuff have such good concept for what the show could have ended like, and when I read them, I'm at just mourning. Like, they had such a good setup. They had such good ideas. Why'd they do this? Like, why would, like, Gummy Goo, for example. I love Gummy Goo. I have a keychain of Gummy Goo. Just for Gummy Goo to be slimed out in one episode, brought up again in one, used for Pomni's torture, and then just thrown away never to be used again. Like, Also, question, why was Pomni's torture from in the circus? Every other character's torture was something from outside the circus. Zubal's was their body issues. Jax's was her fear of being like laughed at and made fun of. Ragatha's was her mother, and then also we have Pomni whose fear is just gummy goo. Like, what? That's off theme. That, and I don't think Gummy Goo would have been able to make that much of a connection with Pomni in that day to be traumatize her to the point where they put Gummy Goo as a point in that, it's a bit in that sequence. And like, I get some people liking it. I'm not hating on anyone that actually likes the ending. I'm just like, just disappointed in the ending, you know? I don't hate the ending, but I feel like it could have been much, much better. Like, a very high amount of better. Yeah. That's the end of this video. I'm sorry it was like a tangent. I just had to get my thoughts out about how much I fucking hate that purple rabbit. I hope you enjoyed. Here, the finished artwork is the thumbnail. Here are my other socials up on the screen. I hope you have a wonderful day or night. This is Avery signing off.